Hey there, it's James here, and I just want to say that we're glad everybody's here. All right, very important, everybody. You guys got to ask questions, okay? Because the video content is inside the course itself that Ken and I finished up today, and you got mostly all your video modules there. So that's where you guys go over there, and then you pretty well watch them. You do your homework, and then the Hangouts are basically for question format. So it's like, if you have a question, then you bring it to the Google Hangout so it can help you out a little bit more from there. So, because it's not really about the teaching, it's about really finding out where are your hang-ups, where's your stuck-ups, where are you guys getting, where there's roadblocks, and that's real important. Because if you don't have any questions, how are we supposed to find out what you're having problems with? So that's why underneath that thread where we put the Google Hangout, that's where your questions go. So guys don't have to worry about, hey, where do I type questions in? Right inside that thread's right there. So let me go over see some of the questions that you guys, some of you guys that asked real quick. I'm going to the page, and then just take a second. All right, let me see. First question, Mary Lou says, can you please verify if we need to create a new Google account for each CPA offer for our videos or anything? Personally, I don't think you need to create a new Google account for every CPA offer. What do you think, Rico?
No, you don't have to do that.
Answer is no. Okay, next one. I'm still having problems with WordPress background images. It keeps resizing, and I want a full screen of my image. How can I fix this, please? I guess we'll answer that after, because that's not something we can answer online right now. So we'll get to that later on. We'll get to you. All right. Then Peter Fry says, I'm still. Let me see. Is there a way of getting the powered by, let me see, I don't think so. Let me see. Can you mobilize like the theme page? Anything on that, Rico?
Let me just get the question.
Can you mobilize the theme page?
The theme page. For profit landing pages.
Yeah.
I think he means the profit landing page, and the answer is no and yes. No, you cannot do that for version 1, but for version 2.5, which is included in IC, it is already implemented.
Okay, so yes, one side IC, yes, okay. The link goes on, let me see, with a little camera. Let me see, the link goes to the page, let me see, the Hangout, okay, that's not a question, I can register. Okay, checking out now. I'm just looking at, okay, refresh. You suggested CPA leads. Can you explain just how this CPA network works? Or anything? Not understanding what to do with this network. What do you think on that, Rico?
Hang on, I might have that old presentation I can use. Hang on, 2 seconds.
All right. And then George Daffendorf, if you want to know something about offline business, you got to ask basically, because offline business is basically could be a 6-month course. We can start. I mean, literally, you can do a whole coaching group over a year with offline business. So,
well, real quick, just with regards to CPA lead, just so you know exactly how that works, and that's what we had talked about a while back, probably about 3 weeks ago, but it was about content locking. And again, what we basically did and what we currently do, but what we did back then in the example that I had used was we had given folks, whoever had wanted to get the cheats in order to do better with this one game that Zynga had on Facebook that was doing really well at the time, because there's all these games are like flavor of the month, and some of these games are eventually fall by the wayside, so you have to be on the next one. Like for instance, Candy Rush and all these different ones that they have out there, Farmville, all this stuff. But the one that we were offering the cheats on was called Mafia Wars, okay, and that game was doing huge numbers back a couple of years ago. So what we had was a website called Mafia Wars Cheatster, and it was highly SEO'd so that we were getting a ton of free traffic to the site, and everybody would go there, and then they'd simply say, hey, okay, what we would have on the site is if you want to get the ability to cheat at the game and to get your levels up on the game. Because people, it's a bragging rights. It's an ego thing. The better you do with the game, the more. If there's no money involved with it, it's just, again, bragging rights. So they would have to complete 2 or 3 separate CPA offers in order to unlock the content that was on the other side of the CPA offer. So we would have a PDF book that would offer them bullet points and also a lot of tips and tricks on how to cheat at the game Mafia Wars. And so that's what CPA Lead does. So what you could do is you could have pretty much anything in there. You could have, but see, the reason we do it, we don't do it on things that you could find anywhere on the internet. For instance, weight loss tips, forget about that. I mean, you're not going to get anybody that's going to care to do a CPA offer to find out how to a weight loss tip. Now, if you had some type of a thing that, again, is related to a game, for instance, and I have a friend that's making thousands of dollars a day doing this technique, and it's related to games. So one of the things you can do is you could go to Zynga, for instance, and you could find those top games that are really kicking ass right now, and everybody is, wants to be the top person in those games. And what you could do is then cross-reference and look for, say, in PLR, or find some place where you can get your hands on some content that's about the game and how to win the game. And then when you do it, what you do is you go to CPA Lead, go ahead, and then you insert your content. It's very easy to do, and if you need any help, of course, your affiliate manager will help you with it. And then you just go ahead and set up your CPA offers. And it's really that simple, but that's what we did, and we do that currently, but we do it with other niches. Again, don't make it on niches that anybody could find, like recipes. People aren't going to do a CPA offer just to find a recipe on how to cook spaghetti. It's got to be something that people are saying, oh wow, you know what? I'd give my right arm if I could find out how to win this particular game or how to do this particular thing. It could be even based on something about how to make money. For instance, you could have it on how to make money with probate. I mean, James and I, we make a ton of money with probate, which is buying deceased people's properties, but there's a lot of tips and tricks and secrets involved with that. Not everybody knows how to do that, how to go down to the courthouse, how to do an ex parte hearing, all these types of things. People have no idea how to do this type of stuff. So, I mean, it cost me thousands of dollars to learn it alone, and so somebody who's going to understand and appreciate the value behind that, they're going to fill out a simple CPA offer to get their hands on some information, or how to make money through Forex. So it doesn't have to be all strictly games. It could be making money ideas as well. But games is one of your best things to do, because the people that are willing to complete CPA offers are people that play those games. They sit all day long on their butt in front of their computer, and it means a big deal to them to be the top guy or top lady in the game. It's a big ego stroke, and James used to be heavily into Mafia Wars himself, and he used to be one of the top people in the thing. But it was, he would show us all, how great he was doing it. I didn't have an appreciation for it, but it's an ego thing, So you have but again, it's all about these games, and but it has to be stuff that is of value. Otherwise, again, nobody's going to complete a CPA offer on something which is, how to change a baby's diaper or something like that. It's got to be something that has wow factor behind it.
That's great. And then okay, then does George definite about the evening about going offline business? Offline business, we don't mind helping people out on that. Keep in mind that offline business is probably many months. So we can't fill everything up in about next 2-3 weeks, because it goes in from pretty much getting your client to actually getting my Google Places, to ranking them on YouTube, payment systems, maybe Facebook, keeping them on Facebook, to Blogger. I mean, there's a lot to actually, and then email systems. So really, there's not an evening that you can actually go over just offline business. Really, I mean, that is literally I mean, we don't plan on doing it, but that's literally a 6-month coaching thing for us if we had to do that. Really, get everybody into line, because Ken and I and all of us, we're masters at offline business, but there's no way you can actually just do one evening and teach our whole business system. Yeah, if you want to know more about offline business, ask specific questions. That's the only way, because like I said before, it's even Google Place. You guys don't even know how involved offline business is. I mean, am I right? Kind of goes on and on and
But
on.
not only that, but unfortunately, the Profit Pirate Mastermind, that's not part of the curriculum and what we're going to be teaching. I mean, certainly, you know, we don't mind helping you with some ideas about it. And
Yeah, ask your a specific question. We can answer that, and I think we can help you as
yeah,
much as
because I mean,
possible.
that's again, that would be like somebody saying, you know, how do you create franchises, which is what James and I do too. I mean, you know, that's like a whole other can of worms, and
I
that's,
know
you know,
something. You guys can ask a specific question. I mean,
okay,
say
yeah,
for example, how do you rank a video on the first page of Google? Well, you know, first thing you got to do is go to Fiverr and buy some backlinks, maybe, or make sure your images are optimized. So there's a lot of stuff that we can help you, but specific questions on that. Let me
yeah.
see. What else we have
Well,
here?
I noticed that Kim had followed up her question with regards to that. It's asking if it's only game stuff, and when you say game stuff, you know, that's really where the big bucks are. That's where the money is, and people are literally making thousands of dollars a day by having people complete CP offers, and you know, in order to get them these tips and tricks on how to do the games and how to you know, how to beat their competitors. So, you know, don't look at it lightly. It's definitely a huge thing.
Games are huge, Kim. I was making $400 a week. Okay. So and the reason, I'll tell you why, because I was very good at doing this. Is that the reason is because people are always trying to figure out, let's say, for example, on Zynga, like Ken said, and let's say it's Candyland or one of these other BS game things. Like, for example, how do I get more coins? You know, and the coins actually allow you to buy more power, might be, so that you keep on fighting the other person or something like that. That's really where you want to actually find out what part of it, if you're looking for CPA leads, is something that actually gives them maybe more power, more coins, or more energy, or anything like that. That is what people will actually do the CPA part, really. They'll give they'll fill out anything you want. They'll give you your phone number. I'm not telling you. I mean, it's so easy to do it. But like Ken said, you got to give them something that they're just going crazy for, because otherwise, see, they're getting it for free if they do your offer. If they didn't, they're gonna have to charge maybe the company, sometimes Zynga will charge them like $38 or $72 to get more energy or unlimited energy. So I hope that actually answers that, really. So other than that, let me see. When is new edition of Profit Landing Page? Coming up very soon. IC Back Office has good WordPress training. Yes, it does. It does have very good training or anything. So
let me just add an additional comment to Profit Landing Pages and mobile and so on. First of all, if we are going to integrate mobile into the version 1 of Profit Landing Pages, it will expand the development time by weeks, and that will actually, with other words, we will not be able to sell it at the price as we did. So you could double the price. That's one thing. The other thing is that we have made a deal with IC to make sure that, because the new Profit Landing Pages is so powerful, it does not only have mobile, it also have integration to Facebook. So you can actually go and say, before you like my page, please enter your email address directly on Facebook, so they're updated to a list. It integrates in a thousand of different ways, and also a lot of the different users from the IC can add comments on that part, how powerful it is. So we don't have any plans about releasing a Profit Landing Page version 3, which will, as a standalone component, all updates will be handled through IC. We might come up with a light version of it, but that is something down the road.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah, CPA leads is mostly game stuff, but you know what? It's so easy to make money with CPA leads. I told you guys before, I was making $400 a week on just one offer, and it's pretty easy to do on that CPA leads. But one of the reasons is that what they're willing to pay money for, now they can get for free. All they are doing is filling out your offer. You get paid quite a bit of money for it and everything. So I totally recommend it. I mean, I made like Ken said, I made a lot of money on Mafia Wars, and you guys got a lot of much out there, and there's just so many games. But these, like I said before, these guys are sitting home. They're on the Facebook all the time. They're willing to do whatever it takes. to get that extra energy, extra coins. It's going to be one of the easiest money that you can actually ever make. So all right, and then I guess, is there anything else or anything? Let me see. All right, Rico, did you want to explain a couple things about getting leads or anything today, or?
Not about getting leads, but more about how to handle your leads. It seems like there is some misunderstandings or whatever, you know. The thing is that let's just start from scratch. When you have a lead, and just to make sure and make clear about what I mean by a lead, is that a lead is any kind of person where you have got their email address. It can be a person who are opted into your list. It can be email addresses you have received through the group. It can even be an email address you find on a piece of paper in town. You know, all those informations are leads. So the way you treat a lead, and this is not down to a specific niche. You should use this for all your niches, like, you know, even if you do weight loss or if you do work from home, whatever you're doing, you should handle them this way. First, you do free videos or free blog articles related to a niche. For example, if it's work from home, what does all internet marketing people need? They need to be better at Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, you know, all social media related stuff. So you can make free videos, 1 to 2 minutes each, and just showing simple stuff. It could be how to set up a Facebook ad. It could be how to use the graph searcher. You can actually just copy paste my demonstration that I did a couple of weeks ago. You know, there's a lot of ways to do it. And then what you do is that you simply just create an email blast or broadcast, as we call it, to those email addresses, and simply just write a nice and friendly text like that you created this article. And as we have mentioned a ton of times before, educating. You know, those free emails that you send out with a day or with 2 days in between, it's all about educating, not about selling at all. If you try to sell within the first 3 emails, they will go and unsubscribe, and your list will not be worth anything. And then the 4th email you send to them, you should write, "I need your help." And what you do in that email is that you're telling them that you are evaluating a product. It could be a weight loss product, it could be a work from home product, and so on. So what you do is that you simply just send them the link and tell them to go and check it out, and please get back to you with their thoughts. Because then you have the trust, and a lot of them will definitely read the sales text and you know, and just to give you an experience, when I do this exercise, for example, when we did the fast YouTube course, I get people who emailed me back. They did not buy, but they emailed me back and say, "Hey Rico, is this really worth $7? Because it seems like a product where we should go and pay $100 or $200 after we have paid the $7. It cannot be true we can get this for $7. And I just sent out a reply to them like, yeah, you know, $7, that's the price. And all of them just, you know, buy. So that's the way you should treat them. But it seems like there is some confusion about how you can go and migrate this method to the weight loss niche. So I would like to give you an example. James, Ken, and I have a very good friend. His name is Barry Anderson. And Barry, he lives in what do you say in English? Is it Phuket? Phuket, I think.
Phuket Island.
Yeah, exactly. And he had a huge garden there. And for a lot of years way back, he was actually a big fat person who had been struggling with losing weight. So he using his garden and his organic fruits and all this stuff, he was actually he managed to lose weight very fast. So now people are actually coming from all over the world just to visit his garden and to taste his food. And he's not an educated chef or anything, but the way he have done it is that he have been focusing on educating, connecting, be friendly with people, and then it has all come automatically to him. Let me just go and share my screen with you. I would like to show you his page, because that's a way you can do as well. You can go and do a Facebook page, and it's very easy. It's just to click on pages and create new page, and that's it. And if you use Google or YouTube, you know, it will take you 3 seconds to figure out. So let me just show you Barry's group here. First of all, he had 868 likes. And some people will say, "Oh, that's not many," but remember, he have not spent a single penny on paid traffic. He have not spent any money at all on paid advertising. It's all people who have recommended each other to go and like this page, and those are the best leads and recommendations you can get. So what Barry the way he works is that every second or every third day he's creating some dishes and he's putting them out in his group. And you know, he takes a picture and then he writes. You see, there is no sales arguments in those articles at all. It's all about, you know, this dish will help you with this, and you know, sit down and write down all the comfort food and blah blah blah. You know, everything is about educating. You will not see a single selling post in this group here. And let me show you what the result of his kind, you know, the way that he is, because he is so kind, and he's not trying to rush anything. Do you see all those posts here by members? Barry, I would love to learn. And you know, get and thanks for all the tips and so on. He gets so many. You see, of course, there's some spam as well, but he gets so many people who's contacting him, and that means that what he's doing now is that he's turning from education to selling, but not the hard way. He will just use his Facebook group and write something like, and this is because I have some internal knowledge, because me and James and Ken are helping him out with his marketing plan. But he will actually go and release a free ebook about how to lose weight that he have created himself, and it's all based on stuff you can go to your local supermarket and buy. But the whole thing is that you need some supplements, and that's the case where he kicks in with his products. So one post, and he reached 868 people. But what's most important is that those 868 people will have his highest attention when he's doing a post, because they are all go to his page by themselves and click like. So this is a real life example on how other people are having success without spending money on advertising, all that stuff. Sure.
And as you can see, all of those people taking action on his posts and hitting like and commenting, that helps majorly with Facebook's edge rank, because what happens is, even though he might have a lot of fans, if people don't interact with his page, it's not going to show up in people's news feeds. So that's why he always makes sure that people take the time to go ahead and like and comment on anything that he posts in his page, and then that way it continuously shows up in the news feed of the particular Facebook members. And you know, as you know, Facebook wants only the most important stuff to you showing up in your news feed. So if you get a bunch of crap start showing up in your news feed, another competitor is going to start coming over and trying to take Facebook's business. So that's why they developed EdgeRank, to only show the things that are most important to the people. But also, Barry is a huge advocate and user of the Profit Landing Pages software. That, he has said, has made him a lot of money, and he really utilizes it. And as you can see, he's getting great results from it too.
Exactly. When he started with this, he did not have any tools, he did not have any budget, and most important is that Barry is not technical skilled at all, and he's spending 9 to 10 hours every day out in his garden because it's huge, you know. And so he only had 2 to 3 hours maximum each day to do internet marketing. And he have actually turned it around now, so 85% of his income is coming from his group now, and not from selling his fruit and that stuff. So I really would you know, I would post his the link to his group, and I would really recommend you to go and give him a like and follow what he's doing, and simply, I will not say copy because you cannot do that. Otherwise, you will stand in the kitchen the whole day. But duplicate it. You know, find some nice articles around the web and rewrite them so it looks like your own stuff, and go and post in your fan page as well.
Yeah, Barry is really a great example of what you guys really can do. If you have a passion for something, it could be for anything. It could be golfing, it could be even fishing or gardening or whatever. Really, you can start your own fan page up, and you get a lot of likes and a lot of people following you. You know, it can actually blossom into something huge, and it doesn't take long, especially if you are giving out good material. And where you can find great material, you know what? YouTube has tons of great material. Also, Google has tons of great material. So in no time, you can build 1,000 people right away, and they'll be totally loyal to you and everything, just like Barry. And I tell you, just like Rico said, go there and like it. I mean, Barry is probably one of the nicest, most honest people that I ever met. And you know what? He actually does he does actually believe what he teaches, and he lives by it all the time.
And also, you can go and message Barry and say, "Hey Barry, how did you do this?" Or how does people react to this? And he will spend time telling you about it. But just a but, do not do it if you don't have time to fulfill the conversation, because he will learn from your failures as well. So he will ask you, what have you tried so far? What did work for you? What did not work from you? Because he's giving something to you, and he would like some knowledge in return, you know. So if you ask him a question and you just disappear after you have got your answer, you can be sure of one thing: he will kick you immediately.
Yeah, you want to build a friend out of Barry because he is that good of a person to become a great friend. And I'm telling you is that what you put out there is what you're going to get back in your life. So try to actually be good to people. Try to actually give more than you receive, because you're going to find out that it comes back to you volumes, really. And Ken and I and Rico, we all believe that, truly. That's why you always see us, maybe we're donating maybe even canned food to the animal care, or even to or Rico to a child's hospital. So it's real important to us, really, because we believe in the principle, and know what? And actually, it makes us feel good too. You know, it's not just that. But so guys, do you have any other questions? Because we're really here to help everybody, and we truly want to. And I know that sometimes it's easier to sit back and not ask questions, but it's easier for us to actually help you and help us help you to answer these questions and find out what's hanging you up. I mean, even if it's I don't care if it's an offline question or anything. I mean, we'll answer that. But anything that people want to know that to help you guys get you going, because other than that, otherwise we're gonna feel like you guys already know everything. And because the videos, I guess, are inside the group already, right?
Exactly. Now that's the videos for the last week training, which was forums and how to make great money off of forums. So yeah, there are action steps right after that.
And that's definitely a great one too. Ken and I finished that and everything. We put out a lot of great juicy information there and everything.
But the thing about it is that it's easy. That's the thing about it. I mean, we've made a ton of money off of forums, and that's the thing is forums it's free traffic, and as long as you find niches that you're interested in, and then just join those forums that are of interest to you. Don't join a forum that you would say, oh my gosh, I hate like hell to have to go to this forum, but it feels like work to me, and I really hate having to go in here and post, you know, because as I mentioned, is for instance, it'd be like as if I joined a forum on car repair. It's of no interest to me. If I have a problem, I take it to a car mechanic. I don't even really want to know much about it. Just fix the darn thing for me and let me get back on the road. But somebody else, I have a cousin who lives car repair and mechanics, and he loves the inner workings of a car. He would love to go to a forum like that. So base it on something that is of personal interest to you, like a personal hobby, and making money through forum marketing and forum posting will be easy instead of being a task that you try to avoid. But for this week's training, we're going to be going over building your lists as well as the right emails to send out. And when you're sending out your emails, the things I want to remind you of, though, is first off, the purpose of your email for your header, your headline, is to raise curiosity and get the click. So that's the most important thing. You want to be able to get people to see the headline. Of course, they're going to see it, hopefully, unless it shows up in the spam folder. But to get them to click on that email and open it up over your competitors. Now, a great place to get really great headlines and just to kind of get the wheels spinning in your mind, there's a website. It's called popurls.com. It's popurls.com. And if you go there, you're going to see all of these great headlines that are all there under different topics from different sites called, for instance, Dig or Reddit, and they pick some of the top headlines that are there, and you'll see that these headlines is what causes people's posts to go up higher when they're on Reddit or Dig. I don't know if you're familiar with Reddit or Dig, but it's where people can vote your posts that you put on these sites either up or down. So it's kind of like a news aggregator. And the thing is that if you go there yourself, which I'll actually post it later on in the group, it's called popurls.com, the main thing I want you to do is pay attention to the headlines of these news stories. And if you could kind of use headlines just like that in your emails, you're going to get a much higher open rate and much higher conversion rates. But also, what you want to do is in your emails, you want to use what's called pattern interrupts, and you might even want to say something in the email that's like a little bit different than what they're expecting. You don't want to make it look like a sales letter. And then what you want to do is when you're having them click on the link, you want to make a big promise. So you want to say, hey, you know what? If you click on this and check this out, it could change your life. That's a big promise, right? Changing somebody's life. But what's your whole point? Again, is you want to get the click. That's the name of this game. If you got to, number one, get your emails open through your headlines, do a pattern interrupt, get them to stop and read your email instead of like 5 seconds later hitting delete or spam or unsubscribe. And then the next thing is make a big promise and say, hey, if you click this link, you're going to be shocked at what you're just about to see. And so if you can do those things, and this is just part of what the training is going to be for this week. We're going to go into all the full training and put up the modules for you, but that's what this week's training is about. Of course, last week's was about forum posting, which is already in there for everybody too.
And then we got a question, what can I advertise in a car repair forum? I don't know. Make up something.
I just did a quick search on OfferVault like we had before, and there is a lot of different ways. There is a specific loan company who offers loans to people who cannot pay their repairman, and
there you go.
And there is assurance for car repairmen. Go check out OfferVault, and if you don't.
But everybody likes. Well, first of all, okay, now think about it. You're not promoting something through their okay. All you're going to do is you're going to find an article about car repair, let's say, for instance, all right? Or about, say, Rico, for instance, just got himself a beautiful new car. He's doing really well in internet marketing. He treated himself to a beautiful new car today. So you know what? He might go ahead and put an article about a certain type of car and put it up in a car forum, all right? And so, but let me ask you a question. When he sends the link through Profit Pirate, of course, you're not putting affiliate links in these forums. If you put affiliate links in those forums, you can bet that you're going to get your ass booted out of there in 5 seconds. They're going to get rid of you. The admin's going to say, hey, this is a spammer. Somebody's going to turn you in. They're going to throw you out. So you always want to use your Profit Pirate links and go ahead and just put up helpful articles about whatever you're promoting. But does your CPA offer have to be car repair? No. Does everybody like, for instance, to get something for nothing, like, for instance, a $500 gift card for, I don't know, what do you want to say, Starbucks, McDonald's, whatever? Yes, of course, everybody likes that. Everybody's got to eat, everybody's got to buy groceries. There's grocery ones on there, so you can say get $500 worth of groceries. Anybody's going to fill that out. So you don't have to be so narrow-minded to think if it's a car forum, I can only offer car things. I mean, that's where it gets. You have to be able to say, let me think beyond outside of the box, because that's how wealthy people make money. You know, they think outside the box. They have the aha, holy shit ideas that nobody ever thought about, and that's what we want you to do, is think beyond just your narrow-mindedness, or you want to expand your imagination, expand your mind.
Mm-hmm. And then it says, do you just make one video on YouTube if you're launch jacking, or do you make 4 different videos for each top keyword and interlink them to your top keyword video? I make a video for each top keyword. That's how I do it. Any other Ken or anything on that?
I did the same in the old days, but after I got Profit Keyword Spy, I could kill all the keywords with one video. So
there you go. Really, you can get them with one video. That's what Rico's saying and everything. And then let me see. And then problems redirecting to my offer off my landing page. It won't go to my offer. I don't know. I think that's a tech question or something like that. And Skip Larson or anything. See. Other than that, talking leads will be getting more than initial. Anything else you see, Ken, or you wanna
No, I'm just posting the pop URLs into the group, and the main thing is go over the forum training, and then also we'll be having the next training this week up. But we don't want to get you too far ahead where you can't keep up with everything. And the main thing is, as James and I were saying, is that everybody should have questions. If you don't have questions, to me, it's a sign you're not doing the work, because I know, even me, I know most all this stuff, and I'd have a crap load of questions. So,
Yeah, exactly. The more questions you have, the better, easier it is going to get to actually just get in there and answer them. Because otherwise, it's almost like we're trying to be like a psychic and wonder what questions do the group has. And what we're thinking you guys might have problems with or wondering about is not really the same thing that's really going on in really what your everyday life when you're trying to do this business. So, like I said before, the more questions you have. And then Rico will usually put the link up during the afternoon if we can or anything. So sometimes we don't put it directly early in the morning. Just we have so much going on right as it is. But anyway, guys, basically don't make it tough. Really, this is supposed to be a simple, easy business. Don't overthink this, because the more you overthink it, the more you're actually just gonna pull the brakes on with yourselves or anything, and you're not gonna get done with anything. Just think of it this way. It's all simple. When you have it inside your brain that it is all simple, it will be simple. I mean, this is not made for, the system's not meant for people that want to be too techy or something like that or overthink this. It's really meant to, just like Rico said, just don't think, just do what we're telling you, really. Right, Rico?
It's like, I don't know if all of you have kids, but, one of the beauty about when, a little baby has to learn to walk, they crawl, and then they try to walk. They fall down, they stand up again, and they keep doing it until they succeed. And it's exactly the same thing with internet marketing. And, in our private IC group, when we spoke about campaigns and so on, I just pulled out some stats. And in average, if we do 10 campaigns, only 6 of them succeed. So if we have to do one campaign and then sit back on our hands and wait for that campaign to end in a week, we will never succeed. It's just full throttle and off you go.
That's it. That's great what he said. Basically, he said it great. If you guys got to understand that you have to, in order to actually succeed, you have to fail so many times to find the successful ones. So what Rico's saying is that 40% of the time we're going to fail, but 60% of the time we're actually going to succeed. And the successes are what makes you very wealthy in this business. So don't be afraid to fail, because when you fail, you're finding out what does not work. So you actually go towards the right direction and you find out what your successes are. Once you find your successes, then you can rinse and repeat. And then on a massive scale, then now we're making some money, right, Rico? I mean, that's how basically we do it. Is we got to find out what is the 60% that works. So
Exactly, and if we fall, we just stand up again and fight, you know.
yeah, I mean, this business is not meant to be hard. Like I said to everybody, really. Don't be afraid to fail, because the
And
more
also,
failures,
and also, you know, we've been talking a lot about mindset, having the right mindset, but you also need the right mindset for working. People are very, very good to find excuses for themselves. And let me give you an example. Um, my sister, she is the best example we can bring up. She's lazy, and all she's think about is going out shopping and partying and eating on fancy restaurants. So the work part, and when I say work, it's sitting behind a computer and typing some stuff and doing some clicks. I don't know if she's afraid of breaking a nail or what the heck it is, but she thinks it's not that funny. So when she's doing, let's say, a CPA campaign, and she has started one campaign, she says, Rico, I'm finished now. Now we can go out and shop and get our brunch at the cafe. I'm just like, hey, you only did one. You need to do 10. And she said, oh, it's running, so we have to wait and see the results. I'm just like, yeah, do you expect to become 101 or 120 years old before you will succeed in this business? You just have to move forward and write down, keep track, analyze, and take the next step all the time. And all those excuses about, oh, I'm not as technical skilled as you are, or oh, I don't have the money, or I don't have this and this and this. Forget about it. If you spend more time about thinking about how hard life is and so on, you will never succeed. It's just do it.
yeah. Just put your blinders on and just go forward. So anyway, we're gonna wrap this up or anything. I mean, because we want to make this 45 minutes is perfect for you guys, because you know what? You guys had a lot to actually think about. You guys got homework. You guys got the videos inside there. Next time we go on, any questions you have, I don't care if they're even that offline stuff. If you want to learn more about offline, that's fine. Ken and I, we know a lot about it. We just want to try to keep, but anything that's actually going with what we're teaching is even better. So we will try to answer all questions, but bring some questions to us or anything, so that we'll kind of know where to actually say these meetings. Otherwise, we're just going to say, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. What do you want to talk about? That's not how the Google Hangouts are structured to be question-answer format of what you're having trouble with what we're teaching. That's how it is. And then the teaching is actually inside the groups where that Ken and I and Rico, we make the videos, and you guys, get all your homework there. So I guess we'll wrap it up, Rico, unless you want to say anything else, or.
Well, Kim had a quick question. She wants to know about the websites that we know of that Profit Pirate won't work on. Well, I don't. I run across a few of them that it doesn't every now and then, but it just is what it is, because I mean, Oprah and her gang, where she does Dr. Phil's site, that's one of her people that works for her and all this. We're going to be making some changes to the plugin, because they're always trying to change their framing to try to stop us from using it. But if you come across some place that you cannot use it, just go ahead and find another site that has an article that's similar to what you were just about to promote. I mean, CNN or Dr. Oz is not the end-all be-all to make you money. So, I mean, if you're going to promote something, for instance, let's go with Raspberry Ketone again.
WebMD, there's a fine one.
WebMD, ABC News.
May I add a comment, Ken?
Sure, of course.
It does not always have to be the big sites that is the best one. And let me just give you an example from real life. The way that my friends are promoting using Profit Pirate is that they go to the local newspaper. Let's say you're living in, I'm not good at United States city names, but my city is named Vejle. So what I do is that I go to the local online newspaper for my city. I find an article related to that. I go after that and do a Profit Pirate campaign, where I merge my niche together with the local newspaper. And then I go to Facebook using graph search, and I write in people who would like to lose weight, who lives around Vejle, enter. And all those I will actually go and message and say, hey, go check this out.
Yeah.
And then it will be the local newspaper promoting the offer. And the trust
That's
is
a great
already
idea,
there.
Rico. Even down here, we got New York. We got New York Times. You know what? It just goes on and on. So you know what? For everyone that you say that doesn't work, there's 100 that will. So that's the main thing, everything. So other than that, there was no yesterday's recording, was there, Ken? Kevin's asking about that.
Yesterday's recording. Oh, you're referring to with the IC?
I
not sure.
haven't replied that, so.
Yeah. So, all right, and then
okay, and then Deck is Deck MC. He's asking whereabouts are the headlines section in Pop URLs. Okay, maybe I don't know if maybe you missed the point, but all of those are headlines, every single one of those. So, for instance, I was just looking at one just a second ago, and I said, this is like a holy shit idea. It's a great headline. And this is from CNN. Well, you know, obviously CNN, they make their money off of getting people to click on their links. What does this one headline say? It says, Candy Crush, which is that game, Candy Crush company founder left $1 billion on the table. People are going to click on that. They're going to say, what do you mean he left $1 billion on the table? I have to click on that in order to see what it says. Here's another headline. Venezuela just invented the world's creepiest supermarket loyalty card. I mean, you can't go away without seeing what that's about. You have to see what is the creepiest supermarket loyalty card. That's the whole thing here. Everything is headlines. Now, these aren't headlines that you're going to take and use yourself. These are just to stimulate your imagination. And another thing is, keep in mind, when you're at the grocery store, the supermarket, and you're checking out, and you're walking past People magazine, the National Enquirer, Star magazine, look at the headlines that they use about weight loss, like 25 simple tricks to lose 10 pounds overnight. You know,
exactly. Don't think you're just going to sit there and copy and paste the headlines. Come on.
Right, these are just to stimulate your imagination, because these headlines are going to get your emails opened. That's the whole point of what we're trying to say.
Paraphrase, you know what I mean by paraphrasing. Just say it in a different way, but it's still the same way, and you still will get the same effect, even really. But just use your imagination. I mean, there's so many different ways to say it. It's like, what can I advertise in the car repair forum? Or how can I advertise in the car repair forum? What is the best way to advertise in a car repair forum? I mean, there's so many different ways. I mean, this is easy peasy stuff.
In the end of the day, it's simply just taking everything we have learned, you guys, from step 1 to step 10, and just say, this is my niche now. Okay, then the workflow is boom, 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 and work your way through, and the end result you will have it, and then you move on to the next niche and work your way through.
Like here's a perfect headline. I love this headline from People magazine. It's right here on Pop URLs. The headline says, "You have to see what Kim Kardashian wears to the movies." Now you have to click on that because you want to see what the heck does she wear. I mean, does she wear something outlandish, outrageous? You know, but the headline is People magazine. You have to see what Kim Kardashian wears to the movies. You know, so they're just, again, that's just ideas. You know.
Yeah, you have to see what Kim Kardashian wore when she went shopping in Winn-Dixie or Publix. I mean,
or you know, if you're doing weight loss, you have to see what Kim Kardashian does to lose 10 pounds every month. You know, that's a perfect headline. That's going to get your people to open that. You know what I mean? So that's the whole point. We're just trying to get in your mind that you got to think. You know, don't just say, weight loss tips. I mean, you're never going to get it open. Nobody's going to say, boring. But you have to see what Kim Kardashian does to lose weight. You know, or even be more specific, what she does to lose 10 pounds every week. People say, I got to see what she does. You know. So that's, you know, it's just to stimulate your imagination. It's, you know, don't take it so literally like, hey, you know, this is a cut and paste form. It's not going to work that way.
Your imagination is what limits your income. That's all it is. The bigger the imagination you have, the bigger your income is going to be in this field, really. And it really is like that. Anything else you guys want to say, or we'll just wrap it up?
I think we're good, and hopefully everybody took great benefit from being.
I really have to go. I have a $5,000 1-hour session in 5 minutes. So.
Yeah, Rico's got one of the top people he's going to be doing a training with. So, yeah, okay, very good, and you know, hopefully everybody got a lot of benefit out of it. And look for the next training video. It's going to be posted up this week as well. So make sure.
Sayonara, everybody. Let's wrap it up because. Rico paid. I mean, this is a $5,000 session that Rico's involved with, so we got to get this going. And I got dinner waiting. All right.
Thanks for attending, everybody.
Bye bye.